Hello, Pioneer fans. We're here with Point Park University women's basketball head coach Tony Grenek. He and the Pioneers are 17-4 overall, 8-0 in the AMC, number 25 in Monday's NAIA Division II Top 25 poll. Coach, at the start of the year, did you imagine that after 21 games you'd be 17-4 undefeated in the conference?
As a coach, you try to set your goals and expectations very high for your team. And, overall, I haven't really paid any attention to our overall record. However, our main focus is to try to win the AMC conference and to be 8-0. I'm very happy at this time. I know our team is very happy to be 8-0. But just to be in first place in the AMC is very satisfying. But we know we have a lot of work to do ahead of us.
And Coach, you being in your first year, in addition to some key players, some new key players in key roles, after 9 games you were 5-4, but since then you haven't lost on a 12-game winning streak since December 3rd. Was there an adjustment period those first 9 games, and are you a different team now than you were, say, in November after this great winning streak?
I think we're a more fundamental team defensively from our first 9 games. However, that 5-4 start, we played 7 games in 12 days. We made a trip to Boston and came back real early in the morning on a Friday and had to make a long trip to Rio Grande for a rematch with them. And, so that 5-4 record was, a little bit suspect, I think. Our legs were tired. The kids were still trying to adjust to me. I was trying to solidify a lineup. But we also take it as a great learning experience. And like I've said, it was nice to get the break over Christmas a little bit and kind of refocus our energy and realize that our basic schedule was playing Tuesday and Saturday, and that's really helped us to prepare up to this point.
And this current 12-game winning streak, how can you explain that? The Pioneers have just been on a complete roll, got the first national ranking in school history, and almost half your schedule, 12 games in a row, you've run off consecutively. Is there any one thing that you could chalk it up to?
I think it's confidence. When we beat Walsh here at our place, I think the girls really started to believe that, we have the capability of doing something special. When we went up to Roberts Wesleyan, held them to 39 points, and even though we really didn't play that well in the first half on the offensive end, I think our team, we're firm believers. If we can defend every time we step out on the court, we're going to have a chance to win.
And you said it right there. It's clear that you're winning with defense. You have just one double-digit scorer. You're second in the country in scoring defense. Just about 52 points against per game. Is it fair to say that the ladies have bought into your defensive approach? You're a defensive-minded coach?
Absolutely, and I don't know if they've bought in. I think they just have to accept that fact, and they really didn't have a choice. But they've done a wonderful job. We've had great senior leadership. The kids realize that they know what they need to do to try to pull games out. And another thing that was very beneficial to us is, those first 9 games we were on the road a lot. After that, at the beginning of our 12-game winning streak, we were able to play a lot of home games and get more comfortable. So, we were fortunate in that way as well, and I think that's helped us overall.
Now, how would you assess the offense? You've been so strong defensively. You haven't been bad offensively, but could be better at times, or what's your take on the offense?
I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I always tell our team, the key is to take great shots, and I think we take great shots. Now, whether they go in or not, it's a different story, but as long as we're working the ball around, we're playing unselfish and taking the best shot available, I can't be disappointed with our team. And I think we have a very relaxed philosophy on offense. And I always tell them, if you defend and you work your tail off on the defensive end, all you have to do is come down on the offensive end and look for an open shot and take it. And if it goes in, great. If not, let's get it back on defense once again. So we have a pretty relaxed philosophy on offense.
And that philosophy's been working great so far, 17-4. Looking back at some of the games so far, what games stand out as really satisfying wins? Maybe Walsh, Damon, at Roberts. And then also, what are games that maybe were a little disappointing, whether they were wins or losses?
Overall, I mean, anytime you win, it's satisfying. I think, I've mentioned it a few times, when we were down 7 at Carnegie Mellon, and to battle back against Carnegie Mellon and win a tough battle there was really huge for us and a good confidence builder. Playing LaRoche the second time around and just, playing a very athletic team. And for us to come out with a victory there was huge for us. Walsh, as you mentioned, we hadn't beaten Walsh in a long time, and they were a Final Four team just a year ago in the NAIA Division II tournament. And, the team that's very physical and plays hard and, comes with a reputation of a winning tradition. That was a huge confidence builder for us as well. Beating Rio, at home by like around 30 points was huge. And, and it's each win and has taken a different level of confidence given to my team. And, now to be honest on the disappointment side of it, our last game against Wilberforce, even though we won by like 25, I really wasn't happy with our defense. I thought Wilberforce played harder than us. So, that could be, from the long bus trip, but, we're going to have to change some things if we want to keep our ranking, that's for sure.
All right, very good. And talking about some individual players and what they bring to the table, a starting five has kind of emerged the last 12 games, and also a sixth man. What do those main core of players bring to the team?
Just basically defensive consistency. Kristen Vezzolini, who wasn't starting earlier in the year, has really emerged as an excellent defensive player. We put her on a lot of times the leading guard, whether it be the point guard or the off guard, to pressure the ball and deny passes, and she's done a tremendous job over this 12-game stretch. You have Katrisa Savitsky, who's really like another starter. She oftentimes guards the best player, whether that be a post, forward, or guard. And, she's very good in pressing situations. With someone like Jocelyn Peterkin protecting the basket and her length and her shot blocking ability, that allows us to pressure more and maybe gamble a little bit more up on top. And, you have people like April Austin, who's a tremendous athlete. She's always 2 passes ahead of what's going on in the game, and capable of getting good steals, and the physicality of like Kristen Beatty and Emily Shartner being big guards but strong guards. And overall, I'm very happy with the pressure that we've been able to apply to other teams on the defensive end.
And Coach, we're just about just past the halfway point in the conference schedule. A lot of basketball left to be played. You have the top 25 ranking. You want to hold on to that. But coming down the stretch, what do you need to do to finish strong here?
Well, one thing we definitely want is health. And, we have a couple players nicked up, nothing major. But we need to be healthy. Every year teams go through that portions of, where kids get ill with the flu or whatever it may be. We need to try to stay away from that and maintain health as much as possible. And also we need to play better basketball and get refocused. And like I said, I know it was an exciting victory over Damon, and got top 25 ranking. We were on cloud 9. I know the kids were on cloud 9. But we went to Wilberforce and really didn't play that well. And we have 6 games down the stretch where if we don't play well, we could go lose 5 of those 6. So we got to make sure that we get back to the basics and remain focused and not just be happy with what we've accomplished so far.
And speaking of some games that are coming up next on the schedule, Saturday at Houghton and then Tuesday at Walsh, finishing up a 3-game road trip. What are you going to see in those games versus a couple teams that you wanted at your place, but different story on the road, I would assume?
Absolutely. Houghton has an excellent team and 2 really good guards that we're going to have to stop. And like you said, the way we play defense and the way we like to press, you never know how the game's going to be called. So we got to stay out of foul trouble. We got to handle their pressure. We might see some defensive adjustments on their part. So, like you said earlier, there's a lot of basketball left, and we just got to maintain focus and maintain fundamentals and realize what has gotten us to this point, and hopefully squeak a couple out on the road here.
And lastly, Coach, fan support at home games has been tremendous. We saw a great crowd there for the upset of Damon. What has that meant to the team from your standpoint?
It's been absolutely huge. To see the students and the way they were on that past Saturday against Damon, it just gave our team a tremendous feeling. And I know that, it just makes you feel like what you're doing, it's all worth it. And, I know it's no easy trek out to CCAC South to watch men's and women's basketball because it's about 12 miles away, but with the fan vans and with the crowd support, it was wonderful to see, and hopefully we can see a few more games like that from our fans as well. But I know our girls really, really appreciate it.
All right, very good, Coach. This has been Point Park women's basketball head coach Tony Grenek joining us. They are 17-4, 8-0 AMC, and number 25 in NAIA Division II. Coach, we'll see you again later on in the season, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.